Welcome to the Thursday, April 23rd, 2026 meeting of the Lewis and Clark County Commission. Will you please stand with us and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll take a minute. I'd encourage people to sign in at the sign-up sheet on the other side of the bar. There's also a place to leave contact information should we need to get back to you. There's also an agenda there for folks that are in the audience. We have a rather light agenda this morning. 2 items on consent. And we've been talking about maybe wanting to talk just a little bit about the second item. So maybe we'll talk about the first one first and then have a little conversation about the second one. Mr. Bowles.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. Let's see. So under consent today, the first item is item 2A, vendor claims report for the week ending April 24, 2026. Staff recommends approval of that item. And Misty Edwards is here as well if you have any questions. Thank you.
All right. Okay. I forgot to introduce everybody this morning. I will do that in a minute here. Are there any questions about the vendor claims report? Any questions about that? Is there any public comment on the vendor claims report? No public comment. Do we have a motion on the vendor claims report?
Mr. Chair, I would move that we approve consent action item 2A only, vendor claims report. And
second.
Okay.
All right. We have a motion and a second on the vendor's claims report for the week ending April 24th. Is there any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of the approving the vendor claims report for the week ending April 24th, 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Now, I'd just like to take a couple of minutes about the letter of support for folks out at Canyon Ferry. It seems to me like this problem with proper dealing with sewer out there is it just is drug on too darn long. And Commissioner Hunthausen has brought this to our attention with this letter to the senator. And do you have any thoughts on it? I think we need to really push them to get something done.
Mr. Chair, Commissioners, thanks. This is a letter of support to Commissioner Sheehy's office, Senator Sheehy's office, excuse me, and in support of our Canyon Ferry East Side and West Side sewer districts. They are working with BOR, Bureau of Rec, to try and resolve a long-standing issue they've had in terms of trying to find a location for long-term drain field and wastewater facilities out there. And so it's been going on for a long time, and I think that they are now trying to work with Senator Sheehy's office, because these are federal lands that they're trying to work with BOR on and to try and find some resolution. And this is just an action by the Commission saying we support a resolution. We hope that the Senator will engage with them and with BOR to try and find resolution to this issue that's been going on for many, many years.
And I think if I might just say it just seems like we've, over the years, a lot of cabin sites out there, and it's built up, and it was really under the direction of the Bureau of Reclamation, and they really need to take responsibility for the need for dealing with wastewater. So I think this is really important, and thank you for bringing this to our attention. we need to encourage, we really need to encourage that this gets taken care of properly. And I think it's the responsibility of the Bureau of Reclamation, because they set up those cabin sites. They leased them people forever, and then wound up selling the sites with no long-term way of taking care of the wastewater. So it needs to be done. So any other thoughts?
No.
All right.
I think it's a good idea. We need to do what we can to move it along.
You bet. You bet. All right. Is there any further discussion? Is there any public comment on this?
This is supposed to be a consent action item.
Yeah, and I just pulled it down because I wanted to kind of emphasize it a little bit more.
And that's fine. It's just, do we have to go through with Roger?
We'll go do the whole.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Roger, go ahead.
Procedure is everything.
I got out of order a little bit.
Mr. Chair and Commissioners, I'll read the item into the record for you. This is item 2B on the consent action agenda. It is a letter of support for Canyon Ferry Wastewater Districts, and staff recommends approval. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Well, I did get out of order a little bit, but this kind of riled me up, and I wanted to get something done. Done for those folks. Is there any further discussion beyond what we've already had? Is there any public comment on this item? Any public comment? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve consent action item 2B, the letter of support for Canyon Ferry Wastewater Districts.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving the letter of support for Canyon Ferry Wastewater Districts as presented by Roger Baltz and discussed by Commissioner Hunthausen, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. And now I will introduce everybody, now that we're at the end of the meeting. Roger Baltz, our Chief Administrative Officer, T.J. Murphy and Nico Hash from the County Attorney's Office, Commissioner Candace Payne, Commissioner Andy Hunthausen, myself, Chair Tom Rolfe, and over here is Brandy Grandy. And even on small, short meetings like this, you keep track of all that we do and keep us make sure that the public is aware of it. Thank you, Brandy. We've arrived at the end of our regular items. Is there any public comment? We always leave an opportunity for people to bring up items that are under the purview of our county commission, but not on today's agenda. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? There being none, we're adjourned.